Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. Welcome to today's Crypto Blast. It is finally Friday. It's the final Crypto Blast of the week, and what a year this week has been. Cam from Institutional Fi. For some reason, I keep shortening it myself to Instify, but he's going to stick with Institutional Fi. He's going to bring us the latest market moving news, information, and flows in the crypto markets. And as if by magic, he has just turned up. So let's invite him to join the conversation. But before he does, as usual, nothing discussed on these Spaces sessions infers any kind of endorsement or trading advice from PIQ, from me, from Cam, from Institutional Fi. Bottom line is, if you are making trading decisions based on two guys just talking about markets, then you probably need to give your head a wobble and do your own due diligence. Cam, how are you?
Good morning, Ryan. You can call me whatever you like. I don't mind.
Oh, God, don't tell me that. It'll be a very short show.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tell me about it. Oh, thank you for the intro. I appreciate it. And yeah, cracking spaces with Alpha Picks, as
Yeah,
usual, just like a
as
moment
usual.
ago.
Top blokes, top blokes. But so is this. This is also a cracking podcast, or it's Spaces, whatever we're calling it. But yeah, so what's been going on in crypto?
Well, yeah, let's jump into it. We'll do a quick little market recap, then jump over to the headlines over the last 24 hours. BTC starts getting a little bit of relief bounce after yesterday selling off, continuing further sell off from Wednesday's terrible price action of a 7% fall down from the highs of the day. And BTC managed to recover, extending just slightly past Monday's lows of around $81,250, recovered all the way up this morning, in the early hours of this morning in the US time and in the UK time, just below $85,000. However, with the news coming from China regarding the 34% tariff slapped against the US, immediately sold off. In fact, in 2 hours, with a candle of around 3.6% toward the downside. However, as we head into pre-market trading, it's recovered a little bit. But again, so much volatility is on the table at the moment. We're seeing, year-end
Yeah,
predictions for cuts coming in mental, some zero from, what was it, Morgan Stanley or something like that, ranging
yeah,
to markets looking to price in, was it around 80 or so basis point cuts by the year end at the moment, looking for 100. Um, so yeah, volatility continuing to remain strong even in the crypto markets. Even more so if you're doing something like trading altcoins below, top 10. You go below the top 100, and I think you're absolutely insane. But
yeah, right. So how's Fartcoin reacted to the other tariff news?
Well, I think that was the top signal, wasn't it? As soon as that started selling, it
Yeah,
was a front running risk. That's exactly it. Not Bitcoin, Fartcoin. Oh dear.
the Shrewdies are in Fartcoin.
Exactly. Those who know, those who know. Um, Ethereum acting much the same. However, again, once we go past Bitcoin, you expect to see high volatility, sharper movements
Yeah,
toward the upside, sharper movements toward the downside. So I'm going to say in line with BTC's movements, but again, your percentages are toward the up, toward the down are going to be, that of a 1.5x multiplier. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, continuing on that same line, hasn't made a newer low today. Yesterday we did go past Monday's low of day, unlike quite a bit, unlike BTC. So again, there is weakness, especially if you're doing pair trading in digital assets like the Ethereum BTC pair trading. Again, following a very multi-year trend, Ethereum is losing its dominance against
I've got a question
BTC.
for you.
Go on, go on.
Go on. Genuinely, obviously, crypto is not my bag at all. Obviously, like when my traditional markets, I used to trade particularly energy and stuff. So if we're trading what you call pair trading, I'm just like spread trading. So say like Brent versus WTI, say for to take the oil analogy, it'd be one against one. So I'd be like so long one WTI, short one Brent. When you're trading pairs, with Bitcoin and ETH, say,
Mhm.
is it you? Were you just doing one against one as well, or do you stack the ETH more, to get a ratio going, or is it just one
No,
against
well,
one?
one against one, you're just swapping in and out.
Right,
So
got you.
instead of swapping out for
I'm
USDT, yeah,
learning.
no, that's exactly it. Instead of just swapping out and buying against either the dollar or the pound, you can
Yeah,
buy against whatever currency, cryptocurrency you want to
right, got you,
trade
got
against.
you.
Look,
So you're trading the raw spread price
yeah,
then, basically.
exactly. And you need to check
Got you.
with your exchanges what pairs they offer because a lot of pairs aren't accepted because the volume's just not there. it's dying in terms of what people are actually doing. So
Oh, really?
yeah, it's not very popular. I'll tell you what an interesting one is paired against XRP. That's an interesting
Right.
one. And typically liquidity, so I don't want to get in this too much because I don't know how much it goes under financial advice. But if you can track liquidity movements in digital assets, an XRP pair is one that is keen if you put it on your charts and do a little bit of history and look left.
Look at that. Bit of bonus insight for
There
you.
we go. That's exactly it.
Love it.
So we'll jump quickly just against the top 5 or 6 digital assets. Solana's trading $115, XRP at $2.04, Doge at 16 cents, BNB $588. This week, very much the same. It depends. Whenever we come on to the crypto blasters, there's not much price movement in the altcoin sector at the moment. However, if you look at the day, the volatility.
You've just jinxed it massively,
Well, yeah,
haven't
that's
you?
true. Well, the next one's Monday, so we'll recover that point. A few beers will have been had
Yeah,
by then. Um,
just a few.
exactly, just a few. Right, we'll jump on over to the news and try and get the spaces finished up before the NFP numbers come out.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Russian lawmakers are urging the country's central bank to allow retail investors to buy crypto and Bitcoin. So they're a lot obviously pointed toward Bitcoin, but they don't just want access to BTC, they want access to digital assets as a whole. Not a surprise with the way that the world's going. And again, along that same themes as nations, the Swedish parliament held a meeting yesterday to discuss legal and tax changes for Bitcoin, looking toward the future. Jack Dorsey confirms that his company Block is working to let 4 million merchants accept Bitcoin. Again, just
Nice.
expanding its, the retail reach there. The Prime Minister of Liechtenstein came out yesterday and said he personally owns Bitcoin and other crypto assets. So yeah, bullish on Liechtenstein there.
I've got this. Might be this is a massive tangent, by the
All
way.
right,
I'm pretty sure that it's Liechtenstein whose like biggest export is dental products and like false teeth.
interesting.
There you go. There's a tidbit for you.
So when, don't go to Turkey, go to Liechtenstein.
Pretty much.
Yeah, brilliant. Here's another good headline in terms of like investing products available. We talked about the CME introduced a new one yesterday. Coinbase
Yeah.
Derivatives filed with the FTC to launch an XRP futures product expected to be trading on the 21st of April. Circle's USDC is now the default currency for new Binance Pay users. We talked about this over this week with April 1st, seeing
Yeah.
Tether being delisted off the exchanges for most spot trading and in swaps. So there we go. Circle is now the default currency. Update regarding Bitwise, they launched 3 active option income strategy ETFs tracking strategy, Coinbase, and Mara, which is the Bitcoin mining company Marathon Digital Holdings.
Yeah.
The SC chair nominee Paul Atkins advances through the Senate Banking Committee, which is bullish news for crypto for sure. And
Oh, is he pro crypto? Yeah.
yeah, very much so.
Oh, good. Good.
The Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act has been passed by the US House Financial Services Committee. There's a lot of pros and cons to CBDCs, but this government in the US is very pros in themselves is very anti-CBDC. So the Surveillance State Act has gone through quite easily through the US
Right.
House. So moving on to our last news story of the day. Ethereum devs have set May 7th for the Petra upgrade, aimed at reducing prices and fees on the Ethereum chain. So I'm not sure what this does in terms of ETH spot price. In terms of does it go up or does it go down? But surely for transacting on the chain, it's looking to
Yeah.
make transactions smoother and
Makes it
cheaper.
more usable.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly. And hopefully, when there is stronger demand on the chain, these gas prices are less likely to creep explosively up toward the upside as they have done in the past.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Cool.
it from me. I feel like we've got like around 5 minutes to spare before the numbers come out, so that was good timing.
Yeah, perfect. Everyone can now get back to their train desk and watch the NFP. Although, as I was saying, well, funny enough, I said it this morning to Michael Brown, I said it to the Alphpix guys just now, and I'm going to say it to you. I do genuinely think that this is possibly the most non-consequential NFP print that we're going to see in a while, because there's just so much has gone on this week. No one's going to be lumping in with risk based on this number, because what you're going to do, you're going to hold the position for a couple of hours, because you don't want to hold it unless you have to over the weekend anyway, because there's just so much headline risk. I can't see any. So, like, obviously, we can get major moves because of volatility, and obviously the lack of participants in the market because it is Friday afternoon or Friday morning in the US. But yeah, I don't think people can read too much into it, because what's going to happen with tariffs? What's the impact going to be for tariffs over the next month, 6 months out? And I
Yeah.
do think this is kind of saying it's a nothing burger won't, it's not going to sit well with a lot of people, because it is pretty much the first NFP print we've had post Doge kind of layoffs and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So of course it's a big number, but if you're a lumpy market participant, are you really going to apply, or are you really going to commit to a position, or like a lumpy kind of change in kind of your portfolio based on this number, given what's happened this week and given the risk of the headline risk we've got over the weekend and for the next 2-3 weeks? I just can't see it happening, to be honest.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Well, that's awesome. So everyone back to your desks and watch for a massive NFP print.
Conks put out a post earlier actually that said it was the most unexciting, unimportant NFP of your life.
I make him right. I make him right. Well, as usual, I always make him right. But Cam, thank you so much for just being your wonderful self. Everyone, if you're not already following Institutional Fi, do so. Follow the Substack that they've just opened up as well. And we'll see you all on Monday. Take care.